Hey man, I heard you're doing a patient review. Yeah, I'm getting ready to start recording here before getting into the review. Why? You're not a doctor. That's exactly why. Because I'm not a doctor, I don't have my hands tied by politics or red tape. Oh, so you're not bound by disclosure contracts. Yeah, right, again, I can be openly honest about my experience. I'm definitely interested now, so let's get started. So let's go over what's in the package. Everything comes safely wrapped in its own plastic bag. We have 3 size cushions in the package: small, medium, and large. In order to get correct sizing, you should measure the distance between the bottom of your lip to the top of the bridge of your nose. Just keep in mind these measurements are in millimeters, not inches. So when you decide to fit your mask, just make sure these 2 points fit on the bottom of your lip and on the top of the bridge of your nose to get a correct seal. Now, right here, we are just sample fitting, just to give you a good idea as to what things should look like before actually using your mask. My face is between large and medium, so I have been practicing with both, and I seem to be getting a better fit with the medium size over the large. On the back of the package is simple instructions for how to fit your mask properly. The instructions are helpful for those people that don't have a doctor on hand, as some of these products are extremely specific for getting a good seal. And now we're going to give a visual example of how to fit a mask properly on your face. First step is to grab the face of the mask, and then you want to grab the 2 straps that are getting ready to go over the top of your head. You're going to secure the mask in your hand, place it directly upon your face, and then pull the 2 straps over the back of your head. And then grab the fasteners and bring them around to the front, clipping each side, making sure that when you fit the mask, these clips are securely in place. If they're not securely in place, that could cause problems in the middle of the night with the mask becoming detached from your face. Once you have the mask fitted, just feel around on the top of your head and make sure none of the straps are twisted, because that could cause discomfort in the middle of the night. Then you're going to grab the 2 upper side straps and tighten those first. The second step will be to grab the 2 lower straps, and you're going to pull them out and then tighten those so everything fits properly. You don't want to over tighten these straps, because over tightening will create pressure points, and sometimes that'll create more leaks and problems. I like to twist my head side to side to see if everything feels right. If not, I'll readjust the straps. In order to get the mask off your face, you simply take your fingers, push forward, and pull the clips out. Then you grab the rear strap and pull the straps up over the top of your head. Inside the sample pack, you'll find detailed instructions, warnings, and a visual breakdown of the parts and pieces. When you open it up, you'll also find specific details on how to measure your face correctly to get the optimum sizing. Now, when you look at the breakdown of the parts and pieces, you'll also find warnings about what not to take apart. One of the main features about this mask is the elbow that swivels back and forth as you sleep. This is the elbow they warn you not to take apart. As you can see, the elbow moves freely and has a range of 360 degrees. The only portion of the elbow you'll want to take apart for cleaning is the adapter portion that connects to the Cpap hose. It comes off with an easy tug and goes back on in a similar way. Just make sure it snaps into place before turning on the Cpap device. Now let's take a better look at the headgear. The plastic support arms are permanently affixed. The elastic headgear is easily removed by simply undoing the Velcro. And unlike some other brands, the cloth covering can easily be removed for cleaning. The clips appear to be well made, and so far haven't given me any problems. One thing I have noticed about these plastic clips is when you go to put the mask on, you have to give them a slight tug to make sure they're fitted properly, or else this thing will fall off in the middle of the night. And for those high anxiety patients that tend to rip the mask off in the middle of the night, this mask might not be the best fit for you, as it becomes difficult to take off at times. Now let's take a good look at the face cushions. If you notice at the top of the mask where my finger is pushing, it is very soft and pliable. This tends to be nice in the middle of the night as your face moves around. Now if you grab the headgear, these cushions are easily assembled. You just simply pick them up, place them on top, and push them down until they click. Now if you should happen to take your mask off quickly in the middle of the night and toss your headgear to the side, you might be searching to find the cushion later on. And these cushions do come off extremely easily. Taking a closer look at the elbow, you'll notice a little flapper valve wiggling on the inside as I tap it and shake it around. This is one of those things that will become damaged if you attempt to take it apart, so please don't do it. Now, if you notice where my finger is pointing, this is one of the exhaust valves, so just make sure this is free of any obstructions. Now we're going to grab one of the cushions, and right here where my finger is pointing again, this is the other set of exhaust valves. And you'll experience airflow coming out of these two different places. After several nights of use, I've finally come up with my conclusions about this mask. I've researched some price points between distributors, and the lowest price I've been able to find is around $65, and the highest price is about $90, which is pretty amazing compared to other masks on the market. Although the best price is always going to be the free one from the DME provider. One thing I did appreciate about the mask was the cushion was easily removed for daily cleaning. And it's extremely soft when you put it up on your face. And the headgear, it seemed well built, and it didn't create any pressure points on the back of my head like other designs. The Velcro seemed to be of great quality, and I believe it should last most people a long time before it has to be replaced. Now here's the unfortunate parts about my review. This mask isn't going to be a good fit for everyone, and most likely isn't going to be the best fit for me, but it will be an adequate spare to keep on hand in case one of my other masks decides to fail. My initial impression of the mask was pretty high, considering the quality of the silicone that's placed up to your face is incredibly soft and seems to create a decent seal at first. And the unfortunate part about all that silicone is I believe it's just a little bit too much silicone, because it started to create a problem for me. You see, I have greasy skin and I start to sweat throughout the night. So with all that silicone up in that cushion all over my face, it was kind of like having a slip and slide attached to my face. So after a few hours of sleep, I'd wake up and the mask would be in all kinds of different positions around my face. Sometimes it was too high, and then I'd have the bottom of the mask up inside my mouth, or it would be entirely too low. And the nose portion right there would start making these wonderful farting sounds in the middle of the night that would wake my cat up. Now the first night I had really good sleep, and the unfortunate part is where they place the exhaust vents. You have exhaust vents down here on the elbow, which are blowing down. They're blowing towards your chest, cooling you off, which might be nice in the summertime. But up on top you have these two vents, and they're blowing basically straight up and into your eyeballs. That is not a winner for me. I ended up waking up with incredible eye crusties and eye boogers that took hours for me to wash out and get rid of. Like I said before in the video, my face is in between sizes of medium and large. And unfortunately that doesn't seem to work for me, because the medium slip and slide just doesn't create a good seal. And the large, it's just too big, and it just doesn't want to sit on my face correctly. I can tighten the straps down as tight as I want, and it's still going to wind up leaking throughout the night. And then on a different night, I decided to wake up and go to the bathroom. I put my mask down to the side, and by the time I got back, the cat had knocked it off the bed. Well, while that happened, in the dark of course, the cushion of the mask fell off and went somewhere unknown. I spent about 15-20 minutes searching for it, and ended up using another mask that I normally use and I keep close to my bedside. So the next day I did wind up finding that silicone cushion on the floor, and it was pretty dirty, so I had to clean it right away. But the cushions, they come off really easy in the middle of the night, and especially when you're not prepared, you know, things just happen. Now it's experiences like this that make me a firm believer into having as many sample products as possible. Now your DME should be able to provide you with several sample product masks that you can take home and try out, just for this exact reason here. Not every mask is going to fit every person. Not every mask is going to be good for every patient. Some patients are nasal breathers, some people are full face users. So my overall opinion about this mask is fair. It seems pretty well built. They did put a lot of thought and consideration into it, even though a lot of these things don't seem to work for me. But it might work for you just fine. My experience with one mask is going to be totally different than your experience with the same mask. Thanks for watching us at Alaska Life 907, and I hope I gave you some information that you deserve. Our goal is to be open and honest and somewhat entertaining. So please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to comment down below. And we'll see you in the next one.